Welcome back, everybody, to SPX 2015.
I'm Joe.
I'm Rusty.
And here with us,
I'm Tony Breed.
Tony Breed.
Tony Breed, musical genius.
Comic genius as well.
Maybe.
Perhaps.
In a sense.
Come to the after party and find out.
That's right.
Or come to my table for the books, the after party for the music.
Yes.
You're one of the DJs for the SPX prom.
I'm one of the DJs for the SPX prom.
It's a
Now,
magical
how did
event.
you get involved in that?
I just volunteered.
You're just like, hey, I got nothing
That's
else
the
going
magic of SPX.
I just, as I remember it, and I guess it had been a thing that other people also talked about and other ways to make the Ignatz after party more exciting. But Jess Fink said on Twitter, I would love to have an 80s dance party. I just want cartoonish and awkward dancing, and that would be the best thing. And I was like, this is a great idea. And if it happened, I could DJ it.
Yes.
And then it didn't happen that first year, but the year after that, it happened. That was last year, and it was really fun. We went till 3 a.m. I was really tired.
It was
I don't understand
long
why.
partying night.
I wasn't there for a lot of it. I heard you really got into it. You were all the way into this, supplying this music.
I took my shirt off at the end of it.
That's what I was talking
really,
about.
It was really
Yeah, let's
hot
just-
down there.
I bet it got hotter after you took your shirt off.
And then it got hotter.
So there's this guy that I sort of know, by which I mean he like randomly friended me on Facebook, but we've never actually talked. And he's he works for a big tech company in San Francisco, but he also DJs, and he's also become like a model. And every single picture of himself DJing, he's always got his shirt off. So I feel like, well, if I'm going to be behind the decks, I got to take my shirt off at some point.
Absolutely.
Otherwise, it's not
That's
a party.
prerequisite, yes.
It's not a party if you can't see my nipples.
Everybody's just going to be standing there like, what's going on? Why does he have his shirt on?
This is the most nippleless party. What is happening?
Most nippleless party.
Most nippleless.
Like everybody was in some type of turbine accident, and they've all lost their nipples. Tony, please share your nipples
this
with the
party
world.
needs nipples now.
Bring them out. It's like you had to bring out your other decks.
Turbine accident is so oddly specific.
Yeah. Oh, I may have
feel like
personal
there's a
history with
story
this.
behind that.
I lost a few of my nipples.
A handful.
I was lucky. I was born with a surplus.
And still.
A baker's dozen of nipples.
And yet the tragedy still found you and took them away.
Now, we are just mere hours away from tonight's prom.
Yes.
Yes.
Are you ready to go?
Yes. I'm always ready to go. I can drop it.
Drop it,
as long
strip
as I
it.
got my stuff, as long as I got my mobile DJ kit.
If the gear appeared right here, party would happen. That's it.
Now, is this something you've done before? Have you DJ'd before?
Yes. Don't tell anyone, but last year was the first
This is
time.
not going to go on the internet.
No one's
Yeah, this
gonna
isn't
know.
gonna be totally
Last year was the
public or
first time
anything.
I'd done like a full-on dance party. I had DJ'd a wedding, and I have DJ'd sets at the Renegade Craft Fair in Chicago, and I have a weekly radio show. So I've done a lot of DJing, but an actual sustained dance party. Like when you're DJing at the Renegade Craft Fair Christmas party, if you do all dance stuff, I figure people are going to get really exhausted and annoyed at you.
Yeah.
So you have to kind of mix it up. And I'm so popular.
That's okay. You can't
can't
help how
stop
popular
waiting.
It's to
you
be
are.
expected. It's
What are you supposed to do? Like turn people away? They just want your gaze upon them.
I'm sorry, I can't wave at you. I'm having an interview.
yeah.
This is super serious.
Not now, everyone.
So what do you enjoy about DJing?
Well, I love music, and I love being able to give that back to people. And I love that you can create a mood. And the best thing about the dance party, about doing a dance party, is you get this room full of people, and they're all dancing, and they're all singing along, and you're like, I did that. They're doing this because I put this song on. And they're here, and the energy is here because I've been creating this. And I say I mean...
You and the artist that you play.
Right,
Yes.
and also last year I DJ'd with Shannon, and Chris is joining us this year, so it's not only me who's creating the energy. We're doing it as a group, but still, it feels pretty cool.
Yeah, so basically what you're saying is you like to manipulate people.
Yes, which is also why I'm in comics. But when you're DJing, you see them in front of you.
Right.
Actually, comics is more like being on the radio. Like, you have no idea what people think of what you're doing unless they say something to you on Twitter, which is also the way it works with comics.
So will you be, since you're a DJ and a radio show host, you'll be taking live calls during the set? Like, hey, do you have any requests? Like sending shout outs?
We do have a pad, and you can write your request, but we don't have a microphone, so we don't talk.
We might be able to like Periscope a little bit of that.
Guys,
too.
10th caller wins some tickets. Just give us a ring.
I've done events like that where I had to, where like we have the microphone, and I had to I did a Chicago Voting Coalition event that was outside, and I had to have like the microphone ready, and whenever there was an announcement, either I had to get the person over to make the announcement and show them how to turn on the microphone, which is always slightly tricky because it's actually really easy, but then it doesn't work. They're like, I can't figure this out. It's like, 'cause you have to push really hard. The microphone was designed by crazy people. It's not you. It's fine.
They also don't want you to accidentally turn it on or off.
True.
They're like, you have to be dedicated to turn this microphone on.
So
you have to really want it.
Oh my God. With everything in life. Nothing is easy. You have to push really hard.
Life is a series of stiff buttons. That's the way it is.
The Stiff Buttons is actually the name of my autobio comic I'm working on.
Related to the loss of your nipples.
Yes. Stiff Buttons and my former nipples.
Stiff Buttons, a nipple tragic comic.
Because I didn't lose them. I know where they're at. They're just no longer attached to me.
They're just currently unavailable.
No, they're like remote nipples.
So
they're drone nipples.
So being at a comic show, let's talk about your comics as well. Tell us about those.
So I write a comic called Muddler's Beat, which is about how life is what happens when you don't know what you're doing. It's about the questions of identity and who we are and what do I really want to do, and how when you're in your 20s you go through that, and when you're in your 40s and 60s, and it never ends.
I was going to say, you said
Doesn't
20s. I'm not in my 20s, and I'm like, what's happened to me? Because I'm going through that right now.
It just keeps happening.
You're hitting stage 2 right now.
Stage 2?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's like newspaper style, 3-panel, 4-panel gag comics.
How long have you been making them?
So I started this at the beginning of last year, beginning of 2014, as a sequel to my previous strip, which ran for 8 years, which is called Finn and Charlie Are Hitched. Finn and Charlie Are Hitched, a slice of life comic about a gay married couple and their friends. So it's the same characters, but a different focus and more about muddling through life.
So it does continue the story from the previous.
Yes, when I first thought of doing this, I had sort of intended to kind of wrap everything up and start another thing with the same characters, and I didn't really manage to do that. So, in particular, there's the one of the characters is asked to donate sperm. So we in the old comic we have the sperm donation scene.
Nice.
And in the new comic, donating sperm is hysterical. It's like ripe for comedy.
Yes.
And you'll have to read the book to see how it goes. And then in the new comic, there's the actual baby being born.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, donating sperm is terrifying. It's just it's dangerous.
Yeah.
All the guns. You just gotta be.
And then Joe will be like, "I need you to hold my hand," and I don't.
Well,
is a strong word, but
someone's like, they say this is the room, and they take you in there, and there's a comfy chair. And a video camera, and they give you a little vial, and they leave you alone, and everybody knows what's happening next.
Yes.
Yeah. You're going to take a nap in the comfy chair.
It's
like,
so clinical.
Just because they're not watching you doesn't mean they don't know exactly what you're doing.
And yet they're there all day, and everybody's doing it all day.
Well, that's one of the challenges of using a public restroom. You go in there, everybody knows.
As soon as you walk out, we know what you did.
You know when you go to the doctor's examining table, like they have that roll of paper that they put over it? Mm-hmm. They have the same thing in the sperm collection rooms.
Wow.
You learn something new every day.
Yeah.
Sexy, yet clinical.
Yeah. The crinkle of romance. How long have you been coming to SPX?
I first came to SPX, I should know this easily. I think I've exhibited 4 times, and I've come 5 times. And the first time I was nominated for an Ignatz, and that's what got me out to the wilds of Bethesda.
It's a good motivation.
I was a little bit reluctant to fly halfway across the country to hang in the suburbs, and then I came here, and I was like, "This is so amazing! I can't believe I was reluctant to do this. I should have been doing it forever."
it's one of those things people recommend, and it's like, yeah, it sounds cool, but to actually see it in person is totally different.
It's kind of like getting people to watch Hedwig and the Angry Inch. Like, there's no way I can describe this movie that's going to make you really want to see it, so just watch it.
Just listen to me already.
Just do what I say.
Just do it. You got to manipulate them, Tony. You got to control their emotions.
That's right. That's how sex works. Oh, wait. We were talking about movies.
Talking about recommending a movie.
Small Press Expo 2015.
It's a totally different show. That's the After Dark show.
Yeah.
The Twilight show. It's in the middle of the night.
That's in the other ballroom around the corner.
I hope that wasn't a pun.
I saw two girls walking by in like white prom dresses.
We
like
saw one this morning.
Yeah, this morning, and then and a boy in like a vest with a pink tie, and like I don't know if there's like a wedding or like a joint sweet 16. I think they were two different girls.
I think I did see two different girls dressed up at least.
Maybe they were twins.
Because then they had like
could be
camera set up in the lobby when I went a few minutes ago, so they're doing full-on photo shoots and everything. So
it can't be a wedding. You wouldn't have like bridesmaids in white. Well, you might.
Maybe it's a surprise wedding.
Guess what?
Guess what?
You're getting married.
Ta-da.
Deal with it.
That's going to be the next step for those where the proposal videos, the big elaborate things where they do the song and dance, and they say, "Will you marry me?" And she says, "Yes." And then someone comes out with a dress.
They go right into it.
They go right into it. They bring out the food. We're still in the middle of the mall.
This is the best proposal ever.
The fake wall slides away, and there's everybody ready.
There's everyone.
All your family sitting there waiting.
Good thing you said yes.
A team of birds fly up and put a dress on you.
I like the idea as a team of birds. Like they have other missions they go on.
Right.
Like they're just hired as a group.
Yeah, they don't usually do dresses, but they'll do it for a wedding.
Sure,
of
course.
It's nice.
You know, they'll talk to the client, interview them.
Right.
You know, work for you.
We'll get a feel for what you want.
We're a team of birds.
We feel that what you're doing is worthwhile. We have to approve you as a couple before we will dress your bride.
Absolutely. We're going to interview you together and separately. There's going to be a comfy chair.
But discreetly, so she doesn't know what we're doing.
Yeah, of course.
Because this is still a surprise wedding.
Yeah, of course. And there's going to be a comfy chair. Might be some crinkly paper over it.
Right.
You know, because we're a professional joint.
So it's like, honey, these
and
birds
also birds love things that crinkle.
Yeah, oh my
these
God,
birds
tell me
want
about
to talk to you, honey. It's just a survey. Don't
It's
worry
nothing
about why.
serious.
It was something for work that they wanted to do.
It's some kind of magazine thing.
It's a focus group with these birds. A bunch of finches are going to come by later. Just answer their questions. It's cool.
Don't question too much. They don't like that. You know how finches be. Just leave them alone.
Finches be tripping.
Now, Tony, would you have any interest, remotely or greatly, in answering a mystery question?
Sure.
Oh, sweet. Excellent. I'm going to wheel the machine out. I'm going to get you a quarter.
I'll find the quarters.
This machine is filled with mysterious and wonderful questions.
So I get the question.
Yeah, and then you answer it.
Okay. I'm so nervous.
You should be.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a proposal.
Not to make you worry, but
just letting you know. All right, let's get this back.
The finches are watching.
You may need assistance with this capsule.
They can be very difficult.
Do you have to take your shirt off? Maybe that'll help you open it.
Yes.
Just dominate it.
And this power is unleashed.
All these fibers constricting me. It's embarrassing. No, it's not. We've seen people have tremendous trouble. Rusty, help the man.
There we go. Okay.
Oh God, I almost started crying. All right.
Okay.
If you made a scratch and sniff comic, what would it smell like? This is reminding me of the time that I was leaving work and there was in Chicago, and there was a giant fire. When the woods are on fire, what's it? Forest fire.
Forest fire.
When the forest is on fire, what's the word
It
for
was
that?
a giant, dangerous campfire. I don't know what the word for it is.
There's a term. There's a term of art.
Tree blaze, right?
If I were a camping person, I'd know.
Ask the finches.
And it was so big that there was the smell had come to Chicago, and it smelled like pine, like burnt pine, because it was. But also there was a skunk, like a dead skunk near the bus stop. So there was also the smell of skunk. And the combination of burning pine and dead skunk smells remarkably like patchouli.
Whoa.
Is
So
there
maybe
those
I
the
could-
secret ingredients to patchouli?
Yes.
Apparently.
Forced fire and dead
And a
skunk?
dead skunk.
The long hidden ingredients in the secret recipe
So I
of
could
patchouli.
tell that story and have a Scratch and Sniffs comic, and you scratch
That's
and
wonderful.
It's a good story.
It's
to
like
have.
learning the Colonel's secret recipe for,
Yes.
his chicken. We finally
Yeah.
cracked it,
Sorry,
patchouli.
patchouli manufacturers.
Run for the
You're done
hills,
for.
the fiery hills.
We
where
know
you
what you're
capture
doing to
your
skunks.
scent. Yeah.
Yes.
Those skunks did nothing to... Well, I don't know that. They may have done something to you.
But the trees probably didn't do
The
anything.
trees most likely did not.
Yeah.
Trees are bitches.
Trees
That's
can't be
true.
fishes. Let's be honest.
I didn't want to say it.
Falling
We're
on
all
you
thinking it.
Yeah, and so
Trees
I'll
are-
be the one to say it.
trees are
I
kinda-
actually really love trees, and when I was a kid, my sister and I started a religion where we worship trees. This is a true story. We didn't get anyone else to follow it. It was like me and her and her best friend.
Was there actual written rules or anything like that?
I don't remember. I didn't write anything down.
That's for
It's
the
a very
best.
free-form society.
Yeah, you just
of
Yeah.
tree love.
just keep it loose.
We all
you
took
know?
a tree name. I was Dogwood.
That's
good.
pretty good.
Yeah,
Did you
just
have, like-
dogs. I just
did
liked
you-
animals.
Did you have like...
Because there's no catwood, so I had to go with
no,
dogs.
yeah, of course.
Go second best.
Did you-
Sorry.
Did you have any like leather jackets or jackets made out of bark so that you could wear them and represent your brand?
I so wish that had been the case. I was feeling pretty good about my childhood until now.
Well, now you just need to bring it back around.
Well, we've broken him.
Sorry, guys.
Finally. The world
Takes a
couldn't
lot.
do what we did. Tony, where can people find your work online?
You can find my comic at muddlersbeat.com. Also, if you Google me, Tony Breed, I'm pretty easy to find. I'm not the Australian rodeo rider.
Not yet.
I'm
Yet.
Most of the other Tony Breeds that you'll find when you Google me.
So just look for the Tony Breed that does comics and not rides bulls.
Or occasionally rides bulls. Maybe.
Yeah, sorry.
Maybe.
There's a
Infrequently.
guy who's like a theater producer who's done at least one show. Because I Google myself, right? Anyway, he's like super buried. Like you have to go pages to find his stuff. And I feel like bad.
Well, also, you should taunt him. Write to him and say, like, hey, guess what? You suck.
I thought about making a Facebook group called the Honorable Order of Tony Breeds and just like invite all the Tony Breeds on Facebook.
I like
Because there are
that.
like 6.
That's a solid group, though.
Are there any
Yeah, but
other
I thought I
Rusty
wouldn't like
Rollies?
them. Also, I thought they might hate me.
Yeah, I couldn't find Rusty Rollies. I found one guy
There-
named Mark Rusty Rolly in
There's-
Australia, maybe.
Yeah, I remember that.
Anyway, I friended him on Facebook, so I did the same thing.
There is no one else with my last name in this
Nah.
entire country.
Joe's a unique snowflake.
My last name is Machovi, and it's just me and my parents and our family in Spain. That's it.
Wow.
That's it.
That's awesome.
There's also, I think, at some point there may have been a German nuclear plant with that name. So things are looking up for my family.
So actually, on the subject of Googling names, I have a quick story.
Sure.
We'll see. So Finn and Charlie Are Hitched was the first comic I did and ran for years.
I heard they got
It's about-
hitched.
Yeah, yep. And they're a gay married couple. And there are these 2 twin boys named Finn and Charlie. So I would Google Finn and Charlie. Every now and then I'd find this Finn and Charlie, and their parents would be posting pictures of them. And I think to myself, my God, someday these boys are going to like grow up and they're going to be Googling themselves as a unit, because twins do that, I guess.
Yeah, all the time.
I bet. And they're going to see this comic about a gay married couple, and they're going to be really weird about it. And then this spring, I was at Mocha, and I met their aunt,
What?
Amazing.
and she bought the books for their 2 dads.
What? What a twist!
I know.
How amazing!
It's totally
Incredible.
amazing.
Wow. Because Finn's just not a common name.
Right? No.
The fact that there's a Finn
And
and
to have
Charlie
the
in it.
exact
now,
combination.
now it is. I don't think it's hit the actual people naming their kids Finn
Sure.
quite yet, but it's all over the.
It's up there.
Right. It's all over the popular culture.
How wonderful.
It's amazing.
What a great ending.
I know. I could not even believe it.
Wow, thanks the world.
The magic of comics.
Though
right
actually,
there,
if you think about it, that still gets creepy. But we won't go there.
it's fine. Don't.
Maybe what if they get confused and think it was about their life? Did we do this? I don't remember any
I
of
don't
this.
recall this, but somebody documented it, so obviously.
My
Isn't that a
Finn and Charlie
predictive-
look nothing alike.
It's a predictive biographical comic. Well, one of these 2 twins could be in an accident and have to get facial reconstructive surgery.
Whoa. Like a face transplant.
Yeah. And then basically you have the people to star in your motion picture adaptation already set. Finn and Charlie as Charlie and Finn. They're going to switch it up, throw you off.
Yes.
Well,
And that
thank
way
you.
they'll like keep turning for the wrong character.
Yeah. Hey, Finn. Why didn't we go the obvious route
Cut.
with this? We could have had this so much easier.
This reminds me of Tony Danza talking about how when they cast him on Taxi, they named his character Tony Banta, like they thought he wasn't going to be able to handle.
It just sounds like my name's like keep answering.
Yeah. Close enough, right? Hey, how can I help you?
Well,
Like he wasn't going to be able to turn his head for any other name.
huh? Well, thank you so much for stopping by, Tony.
Yes,
Thank you for
appreciate
talking
it.
to me.
Good luck at the prom tonight.
Party.
I hope you kill it. I hope you bring multiple shirts so you can keep taking them off.
I didn't, but maybe it's not too late.
The day is young.